So finally, I have a new kitchen in which I can make videos. And I want to tell you a story of when I first dissolved my ego. The first time in my life when I dissolved my ego and experienced what it's like to fully surrender to the universe, so to speak. I think it was 2017 when I started my apprenticeship as a chef. And so I was starting to work, and I was just 1 or 2 weeks in, and something just wasn't right. Just didn't feel right. Part of me was just like, why am I feeling so forced to spend my days and weeks and months in misery and suffering? I'm literally doing something that I don't want to do, but I feel forced to do it. And there was this huge burden in me. It was like a pain in my chest, this pain of having to carry this responsibility, this personal responsibility. And you have to control everything that you do, and you have to be there, and you have to do this, and you know. And it was like too much for my soul. And I remember when I was just sitting in the bus, something happened, and all of a sudden this center of control was just dissolving, and it was just like giving up. It was just like, okay, there's so much threat. It felt to me, it felt like life was so threatening and so stressful, but I just couldn't carry that weight anymore. So therefore I was just surrendering and just being okay with dying, so to speak, just giving up, just being a failure. I was okay with being a failure. So, and in that moment, that sense of control just gave up, and was dissolving into the infinite space of being. It was just like surrendering, giving up, not caring anymore, but at the same time, still continuing. So I was continuing with my apprenticeship, but as I was working, as I was learning, I did not feel like I was doing it. And I was letting go very deeply. And things have shifted in a way, naturally, from this point on, that allowed me to have a better experience of my apprenticeship. So that was my first experience of letting go of the ego, and also of manifestation, which was a direct consequence of letting go of my own personal will. So, and after that, I was continuing with my apprenticeship, and things got stressful again, and I was somehow sucked into some social circles that somehow made me believe that I have to be someone specific again. So I was building a new ego. Stress started, was coming back. The sense of I'm this guy, I'm supposed to act like that guy. That sense was coming back. That's when I wanted to wake up again. Spent a lot of time in trying to wake up again, until I found out the secret again. The secret that is so simple. It's basically just surrendering your will to a greater will. And it's not an imagined will of a God that you imagine in your head. It's the intelligence of life itself. So and the reason why I'm telling you this is because sometimes it's hard for us, and when I say us, for the egos, to believe that there is a greater intelligence. It's scary to just let go. It's scary to just be like, okay, I'm this small person, but I'm not perfect, and I don't have everything under control, but I'm the only one I can trust. So to whom should I give my life? I'm the only one here. I cannot trust anybody. I cannot even trust myself fully. But to whom should I give my life? So there's nobody. But enlightenment is basically this: when you give up, when you don't try to be so serious anymore, when you don't have everything under control anymore, and you give up that sense of center of control. It feels like there's a center of control in the head or in the chest, and you simply relax that, and then you experience, start to experience that actually life is taking care of you. You don't have to take care of life. Life is taking care of you. Things start to manifest through you because you're open now. You're not resisting the flow of life. You're not acting like a separate wave, the wave that is separate from the ocean. But it's scary to the ego, because the ego has to first take a leap of faith to then experience that it is actually so. That it's actually so, that life is actually taking care of you. First, you have to take a leap of faith, because nobody's going to tell you, or nobody's going to guarantee you that it's actually going to work, but you have to just see for yourself. So you let go, and things start happening through you, and it's going to be absolutely easy and effortless. And life actually starts to be very fun when this happens, because you feel kind of like you're high. It's kind of like things are just happening through you. Even as I'm talking right now, it doesn't feel like I'm choosing words and I'm trying to make sure that I'm going to say the right thing, but it's just somehow it's just speaking. I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's just speaking. So I'm not choosing what words should be spoken, or I'm not choosing when I should make a video about what. It just came up. I wanted to share this story of me being in an apprenticeship and feeling like that's too hard for my soul to handle. So therefore my soul was just giving up. It felt like it was like just this little ego in me, this sense of, I'm in control. I have to carry the burden of my own life, and I have to make sure that I'm succeeding. I have to make sure that I'm going to be a good part of society, or a reasonable person. All these roles that we want to embody to make sure that we are worthy of love and respect. And it just somehow broke down. I don't know why, but it was the time, the time that I've experienced after that. That was such intense bliss. It's probably the most beautiful time of my life, where it was just like every second was just beautiful. Because I was feeling like I was being carried. And it wasn't just, just a blind, unknown thing. I think, was it Nietzsche that was saying that life is just like a blind force of desire? Or was it Schopenhauer? I'm not sure. So some philosopher with a big mustache was talking about a force that is just blind. And I was surrendering to that force, finding out that it is actually not blind. It just seems blind to the ego that's holding on to its own sense of control. But as soon as you give up, you see opportunities come, decisions are being made, feelings come and go, thoughts come and go, but there is no sense of I have to do this. I have to make this work. I have to manifest this specific thing. What happens is that the more you let go inside, the more abundant you feel, and then the outer world is just reflecting it to you. But you don't need it. You don't need the reflection anymore. It's just beautiful. But deep inside, that's where the true beauty is, and it's available to you right now. If you're just open to the possibility of, if you're just open to letting go. And what does it mean to let go? It means to let it be. Whatever is right now, don't say it's your responsibility to do something with it. Just allow it to be as it is and see that it's just there. Don't call it personal. And then see how life unfolds. Maybe it can be a helpful practice to first see your body as a wave and see your surroundings as the ocean, and then see that there is no difference actually. There's just happening and happening. Happenings that are happening, and there's no one separate from it that is making things happen. It's just like the hair is growing, the senses are working, the heart is beating, everything's just happening by itself. And that's how actually creativity comes into play. It's the gateway through which creativity comes into your life. I was making music. That's when I was actually just sitting down, writing lyrics, and I was just finishing a song in a day, and it wasn't effort. There was no effort in it. It's just like channeling somehow, just writing a song, recording it, done. And it was fun. It was just fun. It wasn't like work. It was just creativity. I'm just an instrument, an available instrument to the universe, and it's just using me to do fun things. But as soon as you think that you are someone who has to take responsibility and do things on your own and make decisions and live this tough life, to have a sense of pride about it, then that's not real. That's not the real life that we are supposed to live. That's a fake life. That's a mental life. That's a life of control in a space in which control is absolutely unnatural. There's nobody that's controlling. So let go. It's actually not that hard. Right now, as you are here, just trust that even if you feel like things in the future are going to be so hard to handle, just know that it's not you who is going to handle it. It's going to handle it for you, and it's just going to use you as an instrument. You just have to show up, and it's going to do it through you. You give up that effort, give up that sense of control. All right.